my channel. So today we are going to finally do our questionnaire that we were supposed to do, what, 3 or 4 weeks ago?
I've been busy.
Yeah, and I have to. And then we're also going to do a mukbang for you guys that everybody's been asking for. We're going to do some Crow's barbecue. And we've got a barbecue sandwich, some baked beans, not mashed potatoes, but macaroni and cheese. And then I've got some Brunswick stew here.
Brunswick. Yeah, it's Brunswick. She goes, Brunswick. We're from the South.
And then my husband here only got some barbecue sandwiches. He had he don't want no sides.
I don't do sides. No. But this is Crow's barbecue right here where we live at. It's really good good barbecue. But Crow's barbecue, I do the barbecue sandwiches with barbecue sauce. Well, their vinegar sauce that they have. And then my wife got me a little piece of chocolate cake.
And
for,
I've got
dessert.
lemon.
Yeah, so we're gonna eat that after this Q&A thing. Everybody likes to hear.
Questions. One, does your husband get along with Justin?
That is from Tammy Hernandez. She's got five questions here. First question is, does your husband get along with Justin? I'm perfectly fine with Justin. There are certain things I don't agree with that Justin says and does, some actions that he takes sometimes. But I don't have any kind of discrepancies or issues with him. Generally speaking, I don't have any kind of prejudice against him. He kind of saved this one and her going insane with all the 4 kids at the house, so she gets to have a little bit of out and about time. So no, I don't really have any bad blood with Justin. I get along with him perfectly fine. Let's see. The second question is, do either of you have siblings and parents that are still alive and involved in your lives?
I have an older sister and an older brother. My sister is 35, has 2 kids, and my brother lives with me. He is 30 years old, and both of my parents are living. Both of them they're divorced, and they're both remarried. Right when I got done answering it.
Yeah. So, my parents are divorced. Both are living in a different state than me. They live in Florida. Actually, both of them live in Florida. One lives in Pensacola, near Pensacola. The other one, my dad, lives on the other side of Florida, near, what is it, Jackson? Or Jackson, Florida? Jackson, Florida, I think is where it is. But he's kind of not really in contact with me. He stays somewhat in contact, but not a whole lot. I don't hear much from him. That's my dad anyway. My mom, we call her probably weekly. She is very active in the kids' lives and in our lives. She absolutely loves hearing from us. And she is remarried. My dad is not remarried. He is in a relationship, a committed relationship, but not remarried. My mom is remarried, and I have 2 siblings. Well, 3 actually. I have 3 siblings. I have 2 brothers. Each one of us is a year apart. I'm the oldest. I'm 30. My second, my first brother, that's younger than I am, is 29. My other brother, my youngest brother, he is 28.
And you have a sister.
And then my sister, her name is Kaylee. She's my half sister from my mom and a previous marriage she was in before the marriage she's in now. So, she's my half sister. Wow, there's a plane doing tricks above our neighborhood. Wow. Okay, that was kind of random. I know. Alright, so anyway, question 3, we gotta get through this a little bit faster. Are you against legalizing medical marijuana and recreational on a state and federal level? Okay, so, to each their own on this. Marijuana, her and I both don't do any kind of drugs. But we have lots of friends who have smoked weed and there's many different aspects and viewpoints on marijuana in itself. Medical marijuana, I have absolutely no issue with because there are quite a few different medical conditions that marijuana helps. My mother, as a matter of fact, smokes medical marijuana because she's got arthritis in the joints in her back and in her fingers and in her toes and legs. She's prescribed it and it helps her quite a bit because of the THC, or not the THC, but the CBD that's in marijuana, which has now been kind of recreationalized anyway, is the CBD oils and the CBD stuff without the THC, but the THC gives you that little edge to get high, and that's my viewpoint on marijuana. Is if you have the marijuana portion of it without THC, kudos, no problems. I've even done the CBD joints that they sell at little smoke shops and stuff. But that's CBD. It doesn't have any THC in it or very, very low traces of THC. THC, straight, street marijuana, yeah, no. I don't agree with that and its legalization because it's considered a gateway drug. Most of my friends and family members and people who have started into drugs and gotten into drug addiction started with marijuana. So yeah. Question 4, does your husband prefer to stay at home or go out with the guys on his time off and vice versa? Okay, so I don't befriend anybody. I have no friends. I am a loner. My closest interaction with people is going to work, and those are acquaintances. They're not friends. I don't go out with buddies. I don't go have a beer at the bar. I don't go out and do anything unless it's with the wife and the kids, or going to Walmart by myself. A mile down the road. I don't befriend people. I wouldn't go as far as saying a lone wolf, but I am a loner. I'm an introvert. I'm not an extrovert by any means. Let's see, and last question. Are you extroverts, introvert? Okay, I just answered that. 6 is, what are your dream jobs? You both look great together. And we would have 5 to 6. Okay, so, what are your dream jobs? My dream job, is kind of what I'm doing. Being a mechanic, I've always been a mechanic. I've always loved using my brain to fix problems. But I started a career, I wanted to start my career in computer programming. I'm good with computers. I started off when desktops were big and not the laptops. But I tinkered with laptops. I've built a few computers myself from scratch. But after tinkering, I kind of went into the mechanic scene. My brain works in a way where I can see how things are put together and take them apart, and I can come back 2 months later and know exactly how to put them back together again. It's a skill that is
Dang,
great
you
for
done
my
took over my channel over here today.
Well, I'm sorry, sweetie. Most of these
I'm
were
apparently
directed
too
towards mostly me.
Yeah.
What's your biggest pet peeve about each other?
He's a know-it-all. Yep, he thinks he knows every single damn thing, and he thinks he's always right about stuff.
How many times have I been proven right, though?
Oh, Lord.
Huh?
Probably like
How many times have I been right? 9
handful of
times out of 10.
Handful
When I
of
say
times.
something and I am right, I am right.
It's a handful of times.
My pet peeve about her, she nags a lot. She is very nagging. And she likes to spend money. Whenever you have extra money, or whenever I have extra money to put aside and I want to save it, she always wants something more. She's always begging for, I want this or I want that. And that is my pet peeve about her. She likes to spend money. And she doesn't know how to account for what we can do without and what we can do we can't do without. So she's a little bit childish in that aspect. However, it doesn't really bother me that much. It just it's my peeve that I have with her. What kind of music do you listen to? Me, I listen to all types.
I listen to mostly country. I mean, I listen to all kinds, but mostly it's country. What?
You want to read the rest of those? It's your channel.
Yeah, now. You're going to give me the daggone phone now? Is Justin getting too big for his boots? I hope he isn't an ass to you. And this is from Lucy.
That was just a statement.
Okay. Got a text message, but I'll look at it later. Well, I don't know how to answer that. You want to answer
What?
that one?
What, is Justin getting too big for his britches?
A little bit. I mean,
He's a little bossy sometimes,
he's a little bossy sometimes. I'm not gonna admit.
it is what it is.
But
Justin is the way Justin is, and he's a little demanding sometimes, and he wants her to go straight up YouTube this, YouTube that, and kind of throw away a lot of responsibilities that she has and kind of put them on the back burner rather than and make YouTube like almost like a full-time job. But she's a mom of 4 kids. She's married, and she has responsibilities first and foremost to this house and to the kids and to her husband. Justin's a friend, and that's what I was trying to explain to her just this morning, and she had to explain it to Justin as well. But
still don't understand it. But
she's got responsibilities as a mother and as a wife. And her responsibilities first and foremost are as a wife and as a mother. YouTube is a secondary thing, YouTube and Instagram. That's secondary because she doesn't need to work. I make enough money to pay all the bills. I make enough money to take care of all the kids. I've over the course of the last year, I've worked on my credit, and I'm in the gist of by this time next year we're gonna buy a house. It was an idea for her to get this YouTube thing started as something for her to do with extra time that she had. Something to get her out of the house, do certain things, and have a little bit of fun. But you don't have fun making a job out of something that's...
yeah, I mean, and Justin thinks of it as it's money, and, most people would jump on it like white on rice. And I don't look at it that way. The only reason why I would need money is just to be like extra money so that I can go spend it on whatever I want, so I don't have to ask my husband for anything. I mean, he gives me money.
Is he okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you give me money, but I mean,
Yeah, and it's just something if she wanted to supplement some income, if she, ends up getting paid for YouTube or whatever. It's something that, like I said, it's something fun for her to do, and it's nothing that is serious to us. It's just something for her to do, basically. She gets bored. This question is from Allison A. Love. I hope I said that right. I'm not sure if I did or not. But, what is y'all's dream vacation as a family and dream vacation as a couple, just the two of you? Dream vacation as a family, we've taken a few times. We like going to Myrtle Beach and we like going to Florida. Preferably, I'd like to go down there for 2 or 3 weeks down to Florida. I like the beach. I like the ocean. I personally like to, sunbathe and soak it all in and just relax. She likes to do the same thing, and she likes the beach and she likes the ocean. But having 4 kids as a family, it's not really rest and relaxation. It's very hard work trying to take a vacation with 4 kids. Now, as far as if it was, the kids were taken care of and just me and her, I would love to take her on a cruise. She's never been on a cruise. I've been on one, but... Uh-oh. What was that?
The heater.
Oh. I've been on one, but I preferably would like to take her on a cruise for about a week. Really, I would like to go on a Disney cruise. I know Disney's kind of one of those heated conversations with everything they're doing now, but Disney cruises, Disney's Disney. They're going to be around. They've been around for much longer than I've been around and been on this earth, so they're going to stay around. So I would love to take a Disney cruise with her and even maybe the family. That'd be great. What made you guys know you wanted to get married? This question is from Jamie Yman1211. What made us know we wanted to get married? Well, for starters, we kind of clicked right off the bat when we met. Second of all, our first child was already on the way. She was already pregnant before we had gotten married. So those were two very decisive factors there. J.D. Davidson, what marriage advice do you have?
Oh. You have more marriage advice than I do.
So, if you're going to be in a marriage or be in a committed relationship, here's the advice I can give to anybody and everybody, and this reigns true no matter who you are, no matter how long you've been together. I'm 30, I've still got a lot of learning to do, but this is the advice that I can give to anybody that's going to get married, thinking about getting married, or anybody who just watches this who's young. Be sure that the person that you're going to marry or that you want to marry completes you, for one. They bring up wherever your shortcomings are, that person is able to fill in those shortcomings. And wherever their shortcomings are, you fill in that person's shortcomings. There's an age-old saying that says magnetics, in magnetism, opposites attract. So you have to have a certain amount of opposite and opposing viewpoints, but not so much so that you argue all the time about it. You can't. That will break a marriage apart. And financially, any financial issues that you have, that's semantics. It doesn't matter. It's one of the biggest issues in relationships and in marriages, of having financial issues, okay? No matter who you are, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, there's always going to be marriages and relationships failing because of financial issues. My advice to any of that is plan ahead. If you're not making enough money, then you need to do away with a lot of things and just plan for what is necessity and what's not necessity. You can always factor in the details between the two, but don't stress it so much that uh, you're so worried, you're pulling your hair out, and you're getting in fights with your spouse or your significant other all the time. You don't need to sweat it. You don't need to sweat it. None of the issues that we have on this earth are so big and so miraculously huge that you have to worry so much to the point where you're destroying your future. There's no point to do that. Give it, just deal with it. I mean, it's shit happens. Let's see. How old are all your littles? Okay,
Skylar.
So we've answered this twice, I think, now. But Skylar is our oldest. She's 7.
She'll be 8 May 23rd.
Dakota is
4. He
4.
just turned 4 January 5th.
Our third
Riley is 2. She will be 3 November 11th. Logan
this little line
is 1, and he will be 2 on January 4th. So he just turned 1.
So that was Kels and the Chaos. She had another question here. Do you ever get to do date night with your hubby and get all dolled up?
No.
We don't do date nights all that much. When we do, it's something simple like the movies. And she doesn't really like to wear makeup. She doesn't really doll
I don't really
herself
get dolled up. I go as me because we've been together 9 years. There ain't no reason to get dolled up. I mean.
Where did you meet? How long you been married? That both of those are from Teresa 32. We met on MySpace and then migrated over to Facebook long ago. We've been married 8 years. We've been together 9. Dust Bunny Shay. Is he jealous at all of Justin or just anyone? Love you, Sam. You're awesome. Well, thank you, Dust, and I'm going to let you answer that one.
Which one is it?
Third one down.
Is he jealous at all? No. Not really. I mean, when it comes to a man hitting on me, yes, he does anything that he can to protect me because I am his wife. But as opposed to friends, I don't really have guy friends. And I don't really have that many girlfriends because I don't really get along with females. So, about the only
Because she gets jealous.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. If a girl looks at you sideways, you...
Oh, well, yeah, if a girl...
You're like that picture of the deer licking the other one's neck.
Yeah. When it comes down to, my friend hitting on him, yes. That point, yeah, because actually, the girl that I dated, that was his best friend, spent the night here and was wearing booty shorts in front of my husband, and I didn't like that shit at all. Sorry. That's just inappropriate to me.
I didn't pay attention to it. That didn't really
But,
matter
I
to me.
mean-
I really don't care. I can see boobs, naked females, and just flaunted everywhere, and I don't really care. Sex isn't a big deal to me. I don't see any chicks just flaunt whatever the hell they want to all over. It doesn't really matter to me. I really
But
don't.
no, I'm not. I mean, I'm jealous as it comes far
That's
as
a self-confidence thing
But
that
yeah.
females have. If you're flaunting all your shit all over the place, you really don't respect yourself, for one. So why would any man who has any kind of respect for himself want to go after a female that doesn't respect themselves? Just a side note there.
Yeah, but yeah, he's not really jealous unless a guy hits on me.
Jackie 1236. How long have y'all been married? What does it take to have a happy marriage? Kind of touched on that prior few questions back. How to find time to date? How do you find time to date each other and still have sex? Christina Holtz. Okay, so we do it whenever the heck we can, and when the kids go to bed.
And it's more like...
And like I said, sex, not a big deal to me. It really doesn't matter to me.
Matters to me.
She's a horn dog.
I
With me, I'm not.
I'm a horn
I
dog.
really don't care about it. I've got bigger and better things to really worry about, and sex is the last thing on my mind. she thinks about it 24/7, 365. Leap year's 366. So yeah.
Oh wow. Okay,
Let's see. Jake Prizzle 85. How does Justin and your husband get along? We've touched on that. Raymond as Fly. With 4 kids, do you get a lot of alone time? And what's your go-to date night? We don't get a whole lot of alone time. You ever see the videos with the kids going into the bathroom with the mom that's trying to take a crap on the pot? Yeah, that's kind of our lives.
Yeah.
See, Kate Powers 4. How did you meet? We touched on that one. iPurple 5. Can you do a 10 things about me you didn't know? Maybe later. Most of all the things that I have that's in my past, she knows. So
Yeah.
there's not really a whole lot of stuff we don't know about each other. AJ Holly Thacker. What is your husband-wife favorite home-cooked dinner? You know mine? Come on!
What?
What is your husband?
Oh, chicken and dumplings?
Wife's favorite home-cooked dinner?
Oh no, tacos.
There you go. Tacos is mine. Did you just call it that?
But see, that's not really homemade. You just put meat in a pan and put taco seasoning in it. Homemade is like chicken and dumplings.
Well,
chicken,
you can
chicken
do
stew.
it doesn't really matter, but I mean, home-cooked dinner is what it says, not homemade. So, home-cooked dinner.
Yours is taco. Well, mine
taco.
is chicken and dumplings and my chicken stew that I make and my chicken bacon ranch dishes that I've tried over time is my favorite that I cook.
Elizabeth Marie Burnett. How does he feel about Justin? We've already
touched base on that one.
done that one. Allison Peddle. Have you been to Canada? No, never been to Canada, but I absolutely love Supernatural, and most of it's filmed in Canada. So I would absolutely love to visit at some point.
This little boy is trying to get everywhere.
Shelby Davis 509. I think you and your hubby are the cutest couple. If you could go on your dream vacation, where would it be? We just touched on that. The cruise.
You cannot have that. That's spicy.
And thank you for that. I don't think we're the cutest couple, but we might be a little cute.
I think we're the cutest.
Hey! You can't have that, buddy. You
Look,
don't have enough
I will feed you in just a few minutes.
Shelby Davis 509. 2 more questions. To Sam's hubby, how do you help Sam when she's down from the hate on YouTube? How do I help her? I tell her don't listen to it. It's a bunch of ignorant people in this world, and a lot of people put a lot of hateful things onto videos and onto people's social media to make themselves feel better. Makes their lives feel more abundant in some way, shape, or form. Honestly, I think it's just some psychological issue with some people, but that's my own opinion. Everybody's got an opinion. They're just like assholes. Everybody's got one. Doesn't mean you want to see it. Oh, let's see. Whoa, your picture thing kind of screwed up here.
My phone probably froze.
It froze. It sure stuffing did.
Go up.
Sweetheart.
Go up.
I'm doing this controlling thing here.
No, right there.
Oh, okay. All right. Stop.
Right there.
I got it.
Okay. I'm sure you got it.
Oh, boo. Okay, to Sam's husband, do you ever find yourself getting jealous of the time that no, never. That Sam spends with Justin, never. Let's see. Are you worried about YouTube getting in the way of Sam being a mom and a wife? I was a little bit at first, but she's been doing great with it. It's when she wants to take big trips, like the Dallas trip that she just took. It just so happened that Dallas trip that she just took came in right around the time where I was switching jobs and I had vacation time saved up, so it worked out splendid. But we kind of throw things up in the air and see where the chips fall from there. So this is one for you, babe. She said, so we know you're bisexual. How many girls have you been with? And at what age did you know you were bi?
I mean, I kind of knew when I was younger that I had an attraction to women. Never really admitted it to myself that I was bi up until I was, 20, what year? 2013, how old was I? 22?
22, yeah.
I was like
21,
22, 23, somewhere in there, when I actually came out as bi. I've only dated one female, because the only reason why I've not dated anymore is because with me being married, my husband does give me consent to date a female. But when you go and you tell a female you're married, they don't want nothing to do with you. So, or they want threesomes. So that's why I have not dated any more females.
Yeah.
So I've only dated one, and that one was an extreme handful.
This is from Anything for Salinas. Did he have a problem with you going to Texas with Justin? No.
Answer this question because I'm just did
Justin is gay by all intensive measures and definitions. He's gay, so I have no problems at all whatsoever with her going out there. The only thing I did have a problem with is if they were sharing a hotel room. If she was just gonna flaunt everything out there, because he was gay and he really don't care, about females and the way they look and this, that, and the other. But she didn't. She was very respectful to me and my worries. So got absolutely no issues with it. After we clarified everything, but let's see. Next question here was why did you delete that picture off Instagram? The one with the big dick pillow. So that's from Irie Life 99. The reason why she did that is because she was catching a lot of flack from her dad and from her family for, even though she was having fun, I had no problems with it. I mean, that was just her having fun. She went out to Texas for that reason. But her dad and her stepmom and a lot of her family people were giving their 2 cents. And it wasn't very good. And Dayseb86, where did you two meet and where was your first date? Our first date was actually at her dad's house. Met, like I said, off of social media. And what we watched was Twilight. We watched the first Twilight when it first came out. So, yeah, that was our first official meeting and date. So, yeah. Let's see, Danielette, 1986, where did you guys meet? How did you get onto the... How did you get to the... and decide on babies? So, we had our first child, very young.
She was unplanned.
Unplanned. And then, after that, we just went at it like cats and dogs for a while. And then, after we did that, we ended up going at it like rabbits. And that's how we ended up with all of our kids. I mean, most of them, 3 of our kids were planned. But it's a hassle, a challenge, and I wouldn't give it up for the world because I love every single one of my kids. Does your husband play Fortnite? I do not. I don't play Fortnite. Let's see. Monica Rinsfro. Will you come to New York as soon as possible? Shout out to Mariah and Macy. They're your biggest fans. We will shout out to Mariah and Macy. Both of us gives a shout out to them. We do appreciate the fans for her and anybody who just happens to like me. I know a lot of these questions have been directed at me, but
that was actually towards me, but okay.
But yeah, I know. But I was just taking it over here, Mariah and Macy will definitely give y'all a shout out.
I'm going to do y'all a shout out. Mariah and Macy, I'm doing y'all a shout out. Thank you for all your love and support me on my channel and through this journey.
Alright, so is that the end of all the questions here? We got, what, more. Let's see. So, this is from Nicole V. Hullock. What is something that each of you have done for each other that meant a lot, that you both remember, and why? What? Huh?
Oh, turned too fast. Because he was right down the side.
That was kind of hard. That meant a lot that you both remember and why. Let's see. Something that each of you have done for each other. I would say the biggest thing for her would probably be the Valentine's teddy bear that I bought her that was bigger than her.
I still have it too.
Yeah, she does. It's still, yeah.
What you gonna get me this year, babe?
I don't know. What would be both your dream vacation or date night? You said that. Sam, what was the first meal you made for your husband and vice versa?
Your first? I don't even remember the first meal you ever made me. Can I say it?
Yeah.
Sloppy tacos.
Yeah.
That was the very first meal you ever made me. Now, however, the first meal I ever made you, I don't remember.
That was your chicken and dumpling thing.
Chicken
your
and dumplings,
your
yeah.
Aunt Connie. I
showed me how to make them. Between my Aunt Connie and my daddy.
Her Aunt Connie and her dad, yeah.
So shout out to my dad and my Aunt Connie for showing me how to cook the chicken and dumplings.
What restaurant would you choose to have on a deserted island? CC's or it's crossed between three. CC's, Taco Bell, or Zaxby's. Yeah.
Mine would be McDonald's, and I'll explain why McDonald's in a minute. Dairy Queen and Arby's. And the only reason why I like McDonald's is because they've got good caramel frappes, which they did not have today. Their machine was broken.
Anyway, the next question is, how do you decide on how to spend money or what it should go to? Okay, so I make the money, I work, and
I make the bill list.
She makes the bill list and puts down the due dates for each individual bill. That includes household items, that includes diapers, that includes, any kind of formula or anything else that we may end up needing. And then we calculate according to necessity. So whatever bill is due first, like water bill is due this week, and then the power bill is due, next week or the week after. We just go by due dates and by the amount of the bill. We manage the bills, and we have enough money that we actually have a little bit extra left over after paying all the bills. So we calculate for gas and the vehicle expenses and everything else. But since I'm a mechanic, most of all the stuff that goes on with the vehicles, I just buy parts and get it fixed myself. So we save a lot with that. Let's see. 7 is, what do you think makes you a good team? I take care of the money. She takes care of the house. Best way I can describe it. Who controls the thermostat? That's a touchy subject because she loves the house hot as hell. And literally, I say hell not as the cuss word sense, but as in demons and Lucifer is greeting me at the door saying, "Welcome to hell," when I walk into this house. I like it
only
cool.
When it's like freezing outside.
I like the thermostat to stay about 75, 76. And that's a good, comfortable temperature. I've told her multiple times, but she don't listen to me. She cranks that thing up sometimes to like 80, 79, 80 degrees.
79, 80?
Yeah, I'd come up in this house and that thermostat, just like the other day, and you go, "It's not 79, and goes and checks on it, covers the thermostat, and goes, "It's not 79.
Look,
Yeah.
our heat is a crappy thing, let me tell you.
No, it's not.
It doesn't work.
You're just cold-blooded. I'm hot-blooded.
It works half-assed.
Anyway, how do you work
The
out?
only, okay, look,
Hey, no. We're not getting into this discussion on YouTube now. How do you work out parenting issues like bedtimes, discipline, homework, etc.? That's all on her. I really don't have much of a part in all that. She takes care of all that, so that's part of our teamwork that we have. Have you guys created any of your own family traditions since having your children? Yes.
We don't really.
Most of our holidays are here.
Yeah, we don't really do family get-togethers unless for Christmas, for instance, we do Christmas Eve with my family, and really don't make time for your family, which we do need to.
Not much, but
we need
definitely need to. This Sunday we got to go pick up Christmas presents that we haven't been able to go pick up since December. So yeah, we're already 2 months into the new year, almost 3 months into the new year. Still haven't even got Christmas presents from them because they live an hour and a half away from us. What actress or actor would play each of you in a movie?
Ooh.
I can't say. I don't know anybody that would be able to play me in a movie or
Look, I can tell you who can play me. I have a favorite actress. I think if anybody watches Grey's Anatomy, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. The girl that plays as Lexi Gray. That's who I would want to cast as me.
I could see that.
As far as you, I would do the guy that plays Mark Stallone. He could be a smart ass.
No. Anyway, what are each of your favorite snack or food that others would find weird? Cotton candy ice cream and brownies. I like brownies. But I would say that would find weird would be the cotton candy ice cream that I came up with when she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Before they ever came out with it as an actual flavor.
So what he did, let me tell you what he did, guys. He would put cotton candy at the bottom of the bowl, cookies and cream ice cream, and then chocolate syrup on top of it.
Yep.
And my weirdest thing...
That was during our 7 years ago, when our first daughter was fixing to be born.
8 years ago. Because you have to think I was pregnant.
Oh yeah, with the 9 months of you being
Anyway, my weirdest thing is eating ketchup and mustard. I put ketchup and mustard in a bowl and eat it with my sour cream and onion potato chips.
By the way, she created some kind of a poll on Instagram.
So my socials will be linked in the description box below, and I asked a question on Instagram on my Insta stories. For those that that follow me on Instagram, go and answer that poll. It is a poll for if you want him to be featured on my Friday video for Valentine's Day. We are going to be doing Dunkin' Donuts and all of their Valentine's Day things. They have a Valentine's Day drink, and it is like a pink iced coffee, and then a bunch of their Valentine's donuts.
And I told her I would try to make a little bit more time to do these YouTube videos with her, because apparently I'm just loved by everybody. So I appreciate anybody and everybody who likes to see me on her channel. But
sorry, this has been such a long video.
I'm a busy guy.
And I'm sorry this has become almost a 45-minute video. It's not supposed to be 45 minutes. It's actually supposed to be about 20 minutes. But we decided to answer all you guys' questions.
You could just edit it and make it into like a 2-part video if you want.
Yeah, not highly likely.
Anyway.
I don't think I want
an idea.
to do that.
But we are going to go watch some Grey's Anatomy.
Yes, I'm on
Finish eating our dinner.
15.
Crow's Barbecue, very good.
Yeah, very good. So anybody that is in our hometown, that's in Georgia, find you a Crow's Barbecue. It's where we live, and it is awesome. And I give a big thumbs up to Crow's Barbecue for making this dinner possible for us tonight. Thank you for my husband for buying it. and it was really good. I'm actually pretty full. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to eat this cake. But I done drunk 2 Pepsis, and
Time to go though.
But time to go. We gotta get this little one situated. He is acting all kinds of crazy. All kinds of crazy. But alright guys, I will talk to you later and I will see you in the next video. Bye darlings.
Given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear